to the XMARTIal. I'm Music, the founder, and this is Dean, my partner in crime. FBI, open up! One of the first things we start with in the morning is footwork. A lot of people neglect how important footwork is for kickboxing, but mostly in jiu-jitsu, because in jiu-jitsu a lot of grappling, a lot of kind of wrestling, but your feet are the main tool to transport you into positions. And if you don't have a bouncy and very agile footwork, you're missing a lot of good opportunities and a lot of good transitions. So first thing we do in the morning is we just kind of start rambling a little bit. So the idea is to be very light on your feet. You want to be landing very soft. And some of the ways you can test that out is to do a jump and see how you land. If you land like boom, heavy on the heels, you're not landing nicely on the ball of your foot and having a good bounce using your calves and using the ligaments more than the muscle. Most of this jump, it's ligament strength and not muscle. If you engage the muscle, like if you go like this, now you're engaging a lot of muscle. And this is the biggest muscle in your body, that thigh muscle. That's pro science.
What?
And that's why if you do too much, if you're not light on your feet, and every time you want to move, you kind of go heel down, and you engage that big muscle, you gas out fast. So the better you are at bouncing, you could actually have quick bounce, right, left, using only the ligaments, which spends much less energy. This is a good example of someone like in their beginner stages. It's one of the most important things they have to work on every morning. It should be super easy to do this. So your first step is to just bounce in the same place, right? Like if you're doing rope jumps. And then you want to be able to do side to side. Because really that's your switching, that's your angles. Every day I get in the gym, while I'm wrapping my hands, I'm actually bouncing. And sometimes I'm doing some footwork, like I'm actually moving while wrapping my hands. It's so easy once you get used to it. You want to know the in place kind of bounce, and you want to know the angle or the side to side kind of bounce. And then you could add the front to back, that's almost like your jab pull. And you want to go backwards as well. You're always pushing with the opposite foot of the direction you're going. If I'm going to the right, I'm pushing with my left, and my right is doing the anchors, right? So you're here, boom, you want to go to the other side, boom, and then you want to find a square like they have down here. That's a beautiful square here. It's a little bit too big, like I don't want to be standing like this wide open, but for MMA I think this is actually a good stance, but for Muay Thai you want it just a little bit narrower so you can do your checks faster. The more open, the checks are hard. So I'm here, one corner is one foot, the other corner, the other foot, just trying to switch to the other side here, and then the other side. I'm just trying to find a way to apply this with the least amount of effort. That's really the whole game. Fighting is three things. One, you're gonna have heart, and you can't do much about it. With training and sparring and whatnot, you'll get used to like punishment more and taking damage, and you can improve your heart. Second thing you want to learn is technique. Basically how to throw your jab, your cross, do your takedowns, how to do your guard, how to shrink, and so on and so forth. All these techniques. But third and most important is your gas tank. And gas tank, it doesn't mean you have to have a really insane gas tank. You want to know how to maintain a pace where you can have longevity with your gas tank. Because once your gas tank is out, then your technique is out and your heart is out.
Okay.
Even if you have no gas tank, you drop your hand and you really don't want to be there. Yesterday we were watching the fights, Brandon Moreno and Mendoza. It was a close fight. It was split decision. Mendoza won it. But if you look, Brandon Moreno kept the same pace throughout. And Mendoza, in the beginning, he was in a Muay Thai stance. He was nice and sharp. But at the end, his hands dropped. Looked like he was fatigued. Imagine how hard these guys work for years to be in that position to get this opportunity. And they're so fatigued that you just have 3 minutes to push through, but you can't. Once your gas tank is out, you're basically mentally broken. So managing your gas tank is extremely crucial, not only for fighting, but even for business, life, and everything else. And gas tank doesn't mean just gas tank physical, gas tank mental, emotional. But if you manage your gas tank in any endeavor, you can have better longevity, therefore you can get success faster. Try to always make sure your body is in the middle. If your weight is in the middle, those turns are easy. If your weight in the front, now your weight distribution is fucked, and you have most of your weight basically on the wrong foot, you start dragging the other leg. And you never want to be dragging, you always want to be bouncing off. Dragging, obviously slower, but also exerts a lot of energy, right? Footwork is extremely crucial. It's the foundation of every sport. As a matter of fact, if your footwork is good, you get better at dancing, you get better at running, you get better at jumping. You would have lower rate of injury because you could react better. You're on a bike, you fall, boom, your feet knows where to go. You're walking, you trip, boom, your foot knows how to catch it. If you don't have good footwork, that's when you're breaking your hip and popping your knee and whatnot. Thank you so much for watching. Yusuf here, and Dean, and we got Andy behind the camera. See you on the next video. Peace.